Alright, to pick up where we left off on number 10, I was just moving this 2 to the negative 1 to the top, so it becomes 2 to the 1. The v to the negative 2 to the top, so it becomes v to the positive 2. And then I get u to the 4th. So then I start with my coefficients. I've got rid of all my 0 exponents. I've got rid of all of my negative exponents. So I'm going to start with my coefficients. I've got 2 to the 8th and 2 to the 1. So that comes out 2 to the 9th. And I always cross them off when I'm done. Then I have v to the 8th, v to the 16, v to the 2. And since there are no parentheses, I'm just adding. So z to the 24, 20, or v, not z, sorry, comes out to be, oh my goodness, 26. Drop my pen, sorry. 26 over u to the 4th. Then if you do 2 to the 9th on your calculator, it's 512 v to the 26th, u to the 4th. That's the final answer. I do want you to evaluate this base number to the exponent. Number 15. First thing you're going to do, all this is going to become a 1. I'm going to rewrite it. 1 over m to the negative 1, n to the 3rd, times 2 times m times n to the 3rd. Then I have this negative exponent. Needs to go up. 1 m to the 1, n to the 3rd, times 2 times m times n to the 3rd. Okay, then I'm going to start simplifying my coefficients, which are 1 and 2. There's nothing I can do with that. It just is what it is. M to the 1, and then I have n to the 3rd, m to the 1, n to the 3rd. Okay, all I did was move my coefficients out front. Then I can start combining. I have m to the 1 on top and m to the 1 on the bottom. M to the 1 minus 1 is m to the 0, which just means gone. They cancel out. 1 over 2, n to the 3rd, n to the 3rd, simplifies down to 1 over 2. There's no parentheses, so we're just adding them. N to the 6th, and that's the answer to number 15. 1 over 2n to the 6th. Now, if you're somebody that didn't want to move the m to the negative 1, you just saw negative 1 and 1 are going to cancel out, that's okay too. Whatever order you want to do it in is fine. I just have my order as always zeros, negatives, coefficients, and then everything else. Okay, that's just my order. Everybody can do pretty much whatever you want as long as you follow the rules, right? You can't take something out of an exponent and just make this 2, okay, or out of a parentheses. You have to follow the rules, okay? All right, go to number 28. I have no 0 exponents. I have no negative exponents. So the first thing I can do is distribute that 2 to everything. 2 squared x squared y squared times 2 squared y to the 8th. This became 2 squared because it's really 2 to the 1, x to the 1, 2 to the 1. And then on the bottom, make sure you do it to the bottom too, not just the top. X squared, y to the 6th. So then I'm going to do my coefficients. 2 squared and 2 squared is 2 to the 4th, x squared, y squared, y to the 8th, x squared, y to the 6th. And then I can start simplifying. 2 to the 4th, 8, 24, no, 16, clearly. It's been a long day. And then I have x squared, y to the 8th, over x squared, y to the 6th. Okay, so let's see what I can simplify now. X to the squared minus x squared is x to the 0, so those are gone. 16 y squared, y to the 8th, over y to the 6th. So I have 16 y to the 10th over y to the 6th. Oops, I see where I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Way back up here. Y squared is to the 4th. So everywhere where I wrote that y squared, I need to change that to a 4. So see how easy these mistakes are to make? To the 4th, which makes this y to the 12th. 16y to the 12th over y to the 6th. I'm going to keep my 16 coefficient. 12 minus 6 is 6. So I have y to the 6th, and I put it wherever the bigger number is, y to the 6th. There's number 28. Number 31, this is the last one we're going to do together. Let's start by distributing this 3 to everything. 2 to the 3rd times x to the negative 9 times y to the 9 all over 2x negative 1, y to the negative 4, 2x to the negative 4, y squared. Now, I don't have any 0 exponents, but I do have some negatives. This can go down. Remember, this is just x to the 1 going up, not the coefficient. Just the thing raised to the exponent is going up or down. So I've got 2 to the 3rd, y to the 9th are both staying up top. On the bottom, I have 2, and y squared staying on there. Now let's see what I moved. X to the 9th came down here. X to the 1 came up here. Y to the 4th came up here. And x to the 4th came up here. Okay. Then I can start simplifying some stuff. 2 to the 3rd is 8 over 2 times 2 is 4. I'll write all this stuff out again, just so we understand that we're keeping everything. X to the 4th, y squared, x to the 9th. So I can simplify my coefficients. 8 divided by 4 is 2 over 1. I don't really need the 1. Y to the 9th, x to the 1, y to the 4th, x to the 4th, y squared, x to the 9th. Now what can I combine? Let's start with my x's. X to the 1, x to the 4 becomes 2 times x to the 5th. And then I can do my y's. Y to the 4th and y to the 9th comes y to the 13th. All over. And on the bottom, I just have x to the 9th, y squared. I haven't changed anything. I've just added. Then I can simplify my x's. 9 minus 5 equals 4. And I go wherever the bigger number was, which is on the bottom. So I end up with 2 on the top, x to the 4 on the bottom, because remember 9 minus 5 is 4, and 9 is bigger than 5, so it goes on the bottom. Then I'm going to do y to the 13 minus 2 equals y to the 11, and I put it where the bigger exponent was. So that's on the top. Y to the 11th is the answer. Okay, you should have plenty of time to finish all of these in class, not odds or evens. It's 22 problems, but it shouldn't take you the remainder of class. If you finish early, your choices of activities are to do something quiet and productive on phones or up around the room. Socializing with friends are not options.